Hi Chad, I'm Flo, and in today's video we're going to talk about the current Heroes meta in May 2025 for King's Throne. Now before starting, I wanted to thank the Game of Mass team who built a really good hero spreadsheet that I used to make this video. I'll put a link in the description, definitely go get yourself a copy. It has everything you need to compare heroes and gather precious info. They work hard to keep it up to date, so thanks again guys. Now please be reminded that the meta is ever shifting, so depending on when you actually watch this video, it may have changed. With that out of the way, we'll start right away by looking at a hero, or rather an Heroic Maiden, who is way above where she should be as of today, and that's Kara. Kara has the 6th highest ceiling when it comes to kingdom power at level 450, which by the way is my norm nowadays to compare heroes, and that's insanely high for an Heroic Maiden with 2 skins. The next best one would be Matilda, who stands at rank 32, and Kara has even more potential than heroes with 3 skins like Duncan, Guts or Ragnar. So yeah, Kara as of today is simply overpowered, and every account hold on you should build a strong Kara because you won't find a better Heroic Maiden before long. To me, Kara is the only anomaly when you look at heroes' potential. She shouldn't be so high, she shouldn't downright beat the crap out of the heroes with 3 skins, but it is what it is, so please take advantage of that and go get her. Now, other heroes can somewhat be categorized, so we're going to look at them one by one. The first category is what I call the staples heroes, and that's S tier. They are heroes with 3 hero skins, or 2 hero skins and 2 maiden skins in the case of Proctor, who is, by the way, the one with the highest potential. The staples are the strongest heroes in the game, and that's Hans, Bors, Thomas, Dulan, Guts, Ragnar and Duncan. Granted, they also will be the ones that will take you the longest to build, as you'll need 3 skins and 900 frags, but at the end of the day they are the best heroes by good margins, so it's well worth the wait. Now there is another hero with 3 skins, and that's Achilles. I'd be very careful about this one because he's way worse than the others, as his potential is only the 34th of all heroes, so in my opinion it's too underwhelming for the trouble, and I wouldn't want him as badly as the others. If you have him, that's fine. If you don't, I'd go for someone else. The second category is the monsters, S tier as well. Here you will find single 8-star skill heroes with 2 hero skins. It's a rather new thing, as only 3 heroes have that: Fawkes, Gampo and Fenrir. Goat recently started releasing a second skin for this type of heroes, and that's good news because it makes them pretty powerful and less of a pain to build than the staples, as you need 1 less skin and 200 less frags. Definitely a good option, and you should try to get them if you haven't already. Knowing that, we can talk about the dilemmas, some C tier heroes. These are the other single 8-star skills heroes that have not received the second skin yet. They're starting to fall behind the power curve, but if the trend is to release new skin for them, they immediately turn into monsters and become very valuable. Problem is, we don't know which one will get that second skin, and if they don't, they will become dead pretty fast, so it might be better to wait for a little bit before committing too much on them and only pick them up when the second skin is given. With the same approach, we have heroes that can be called the next best things. These are heroes with 2 hero skins already and with potential to get a third. Main 4 candidates are Talok, Osiris, Leonardo and Eric the Red. They still more than hold their ground even without the third skin, but if they get it, they will turn into staples. Those 4 are pretty safe to bet on, as they are strong enough with only 2, so I would recommend working on them as the risk is low. That risk is much more higher for the other 4 heroes that have 2 skins already: Valentin, Sir Morian, Lamorak and Abraham. Especially the last 3 because they got it pretty recently and there's no guarantee they will ever get a third, at least in the near future, and if they don't, they will fall back rather quickly. On top of that, if they do end up getting one, they won't be as strong as in the end as the others, kinda like Achilles. So if you're new and haven't unlocked them already, I would simply not take the risk and choose better or safer options. Next, we have the Speedsters, that's A or B tier, and there's a bunch of them. These are all the double 8-star skills heroes that have been released in the last 2 years, and they are quite good, as you only need 1 hero skin, 1 maiden skin, and 500 frags to fully finish them. Moreover, the quality is so easy to level up thanks to their A-star skills that they're very efficient when it comes to manuscript usage. Maybe Harryman, Oberon, Uller and Toss are a little behind because they have no 7-star skills in addition to their double 8, but they're still good to this day. You can definitely make them work. Now let's talk about Heroic Maidens, and we have the Queens, Heroic Maidens with double hero and maiden skins. They are decent, and alongside Kara, they probably should be your priority if you're on a very fresh account. You can skip legendary and run table heroes to directly go for them, as they will provide way better results and will hold their ground for a long time while you're working on other stronger heroes. Don't pick them all up though, but a few selected few at the beginning will go a long way. And finally we have the girls, Heroic Maidens with only one hero and maiden skin waiting for the second to be released. They are quite weak, but again, if you're new, they are a good starter option. They probably all are bound to get their second skins one day or another, but GOAT released them very slowly, and while we're waiting, they keep getting behind and behind the power curve. I've selected the 4 strongest ones that will benefit the most in case they are chosen, but in the end they are pretty close to each other, so it won't matter much if you go for 1 or 2 that are not on the list. But don't get them all. At the end of the day they're weak, so it's no use to unlock like 10 or 15 of them. All other heroes in the game are trash, and I would not recommend unlocking or building them. Zodiacs were okay like 3 years ago, but since then they have become very weak and they ask for a ton of resources for a result that is not worth it in my opinion. If you're like me, you started the game like 3 or 4 years ago, good chance that you have them unlocked, but that's fine, we all live with it, but for someone who hasn't taken the bet yet, I would recommend to stay away from them. Too much hassle for a 2D buff and very weak KP gain, as they are a pain in the ass to feed quality to. Legendary and run table heroes may look good on your first weeks in the game, but avoid them if you can and go straight to Heroic Maidens. The lack of maiden is a real problem, and no number of hero skin will ever change that, so please don't fall into that trap. Bucket tier heroes are trash and should never ever be considered. And finally we have other event heroes we haven't covered yet, and these are dead as well. They are so far beyond now that even a skin would only make them look okay-ish for a couple of weeks, but they would become trash again, so if you can, just avoid them and work on better options. And there you have it, with a recap of how I would define the meta in May 2025. I hope I did my job well this time and didn't say too many mistakes. Feel free to give your opinion in the comments or give a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Anyway, that's all for today guys. I hope you're having fun building your ultimate heroes, and I hopefully will see you around for other videos. Take care, peace.